GW's new Legion Imperialis Combat Forces are a big fail.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Bear from SpikyBits.com, and I wanted to talk about something that's got me a bit fired up today. So Games Workshop dropped their chunky Legion Imperialis Combat Forces, and they look great on paper, sure, but the real question is kind of simple. Are they a smart buy right now, or just a box for a game people don't play and a waste of resources for the things that people actually want? So sure, each box hits, the classic Horus Heresy flavor for the armies. The Legion Astartes bundle, leads heavy into combined arms with Terminators and some tanks and stuff. The Mechanicum has robots, rare tech, and, a bunch of plasma, whatever. That's their theme. Solar Auxilia, lots of dudes, heavy armor, kind of that whole like wall of steel sort of you're in the guard now vibe. You get, real density of models, some great savings versus, picking all these things up one by one because, basically the squads are all like $52, $55 each. But here's the snag, at least how I see it. Legion Imperialis struggles to find regular tables. A lot of groups tried it when it first dropped. I haven't seen too many sticking with it. And, I feel like the momentum cooled fast, seeing stuff, discounted at a bunch of online retailers and stuff that were just kind of, getting out the door. And that matters. A giant bundle box means nothing if there's no one across the table from you. And I feel like the system's already rapidly headed for extinction, as we've already showed you based on the evidence and comparisons to Titanicus. This game's days are pretty much numbered. There's the value hurdle too. Like, the rules themselves sit paywalled in expansion books. The core rulebook doesn't cover everything you need or will want to field. And new players, if they do get into it, run into rules hunts and extra spend before, they even get their first game in. The buy-in feels bigger than the sticker suggests. And again, we showed you in our coverage how much it costs to actually play this game. And I think it's somewhere around $1,200 to play 3,000 points. And then there's the audience gaps. Many hobbyists want a small scale 40K, and that's what they were saying since Titanicus. And, they wanted Xenos in their Titanicus. We never got it. The release stayed tied to Horus Heresy for Legion Imperialis. And I feel like that choice really narrowed the crowd and leaves, a lot of curious players on the fence, especially when there's alternatives out there like Mantic, etc., or just 3D printing in general. Then there's the timing. The timing of this preview, basically the same day, they showed off the new Space Marine Terminator Crux Terminatus Battle Force, which, has all the new Assault Terminator units inside, the Terminator Ancient with that dope-ass standard. And, we already know they're paywalled inside there. These boxes are going to be allocated. Stores are only getting generally up to half a dozen of these battle forces at any given time. So when you're already seeing the main game have stock drama, seeing factory time at Games Workshop go to what I consider a niche side system feels a little off. And the problem isn't the plastic, the problem isn't the value, it's the ecosystem of Games Workshop's spicy decisions around everything they do. And, I get on here every week and I'm like, hey, look at this dumb Games Workshop did now. And they still make money. They still have it pouring in from the influx of new hobbyists getting, just coming into the game. So I don't know. What should you buy? I mean, I guess, yeah, if you love this game and you love the models, you want to display for us, you already have a Legion Imperialis group, you got a bunch of, maybe you got 5 of you, 4 of you that want to get into this is a great deal. It's a great fast path to a full army. All this does is help reinforce local scenes or help groups get into it. The biggest blocker still remains finding opponents, and Games Workshop, of course, having enough capacity to satiate the voracious demand for new big 40K boxes while still supplying cool releases like this that are cool and are very niche, but maybe shouldn't be coming out right now with so many supply chain issues. So what do you think? Is this a smart way to grow Legion Imperialis, or just a general miss when 40K still needs so much attention and so much products out there to keep game stores up and running and to keep players engaged in still hobbying?
Thanks for watching. Supporting us is super easy. Just click on the article links provided, subscribe, or follow us right here. And remember, Next time you're searching for the best Warhammer news, type Spiky Bits into Google to get the most accurate info. See you in the next one.
Spiky Bits.